CBT in Action, a Practitioner's Toolkit. CBT Chapter 1 is about introducing and understanding CBT. In cognitive behavioral therapy, it is assumed that cognitions mediate a person's response to situations. They firmly reiterate that a person is not a black box, and this line of thought was created in the Cognitive Revolution, according to Mahoney, 1977. According to Ellis, 1950, psychologists were beginning to recognize the important link between cognition and therapy. This led to the creation of rational therapy, which was influenced by the persuasive techniques used by Du Bois, Alfred Adler, Epictetus, Freud, and other philosophers. Ellis, 1957, stated that human beings are affected by the views they take of these things. Eventually, this led to the development of rational emotive therapy, which then was renamed in 1993 as rational emotive behavioral therapy. REBT was stated to be an active directive, relationship-based, focusing more on the short term, where individuals work towards goals and values and emphasized a he and now approach that avoided recounting the client's past in a lengthy manner. It was also an approach that was steadily paced by the therapist. Bibliotherapy, or the extensive use of books to keep records, was also extensively utilized. Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, according to Beck, 1963-1964, was consequently developed from its forbearing therapy techniques and theories in cognitive psychology. CBT emphasized persistent cognitive patterns, schemes, attitudes, beliefs, and assumptions, which all have an influence regarding a person's response to a situation and how they conceptualize and experience lived realities. Cognitions led to emotional reactions. These emotional reactions were not really affected by the events themselves, but rather influenced by the cognitions and interpretations regarding these events. In 1978, Wolpe stated that thoughts obeyed the same mechanistic laws of learning as motor and autonomic behavior and were responsive to reinforcement. In essence, Wolpe stated that cognitions were just another form of behavior which could be studied. He believed that all therapy was cognitive and cognition is unavoidable in behavioral therapy. As a result of this focus and interest on CBT in the 1990s, it grew to encompass many different typologies. In 1995, there was the world first Congress of Behavioral and Cognitive Therapies, which wanted to join the two streams of therapies into a single conference. CBT also had an emphasis on evidence-based procedures, according to Barrett in 2008. At the crux of the CBT model is activating event or situation, which then causes beliefs or thoughts, which then as a result lead to consequences such as feelings and behaviors. Recall that I've mentioned prior that these emotions are affected by thoughts, because cognitions assess and review behavior and emotions. There is a reciprocal interaction between events, thoughts, and behaviors that are continuous and ever-changing. The emotions motivate thoughts and feelings and behaviors. According to Bloch's goal achievement, irrational thoughts led to extreme feelings, which influence unhelpful behaviors, which then lead back to irrational thoughts. It produces a cycle that results in an inability to achieve and eventually into learned helplessness. CBT therapists thus are tasked with collaboratively working with clients, identifying unhelpful cognitions, increased awareness about connections, and assisting in changing cognitions to alleviate distress. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.